Now 2 days away from the season opener. What's the last 9 months been like for you, given you had to fill out a new staff, the recruiting front? It's been probably a whirlwind for you.
It's been fun, but it's also been challenging as well to get all the pieces in line and in place to get us to this point, and knowing that we're playing a game in 2 days. But also it's been fun. It's been fun, and I've enjoyed it, but now it's time to go play, because it's been a long time, but we're ready to play.
Looking ahead to Thursday night, what's going to be running through your mind when you run out of the tunnel with this program again, do you think?
People have asked me that. Really nothing. Nothing's going to change. It's, I'm coming out of the locker room and I'll be on the field when the guys, before they even run out and everything else, because it's about them. It's not about me. All I want to be able to do is do whatever I can, myself and our coaching staff, do whatever we can to help these young men, go out and win and be successful. That's really what it's all about. So I'm just going to try to do my part to the best of my ability to make sure that we do everything possible to put these guys in a position where they can walk away with a win because of all the time and effort that they put into it.
You showed a lot of emotion coming back here, particularly when addressing the fans back in December. Did you expect it to come out that way, and did you walk away satisfied with how you presented the whole situation then?
I don't know. I didn't even go back and look at the videos or any of that stuff. I think that I'm an emotion. I have emotions just like everybody, and there's certain things that you become more emotional about than maybe others. But to me, I had a tremendous experience here the first time, and there's a lot of people who I'm close to that are still here, and to be able to come back and have the opportunity to work at a place where you have a lot of positive feelings about, and we're able to do something I think pretty special, with what we did with the program, and seeing what happened after you left. You want to be able to come back and get it to where it was before, because that it has the ability to do that. And so but yeah, I just, like I said, there's times that I do have emotions, and I just think it's you're real. I'm a real person. I'm not I'm just not a robot or somebody like that. And when the emotions come out, they come out.
Now, how has the university community reacted and welcomed you back since you've been back?
Oh, I think it's been great. I get up, I live here in the community, and then I run in the mornings, and I run at other times, but mostly in the mornings, and people, that I see that, ride by in the car, hey coach, good luck, things like that. So it's been very well, I've been very well received, and very fortunate that having this opportunity.
You had a long history with this program, of course, taking it from 1AA all the way to the Fiesta Bowl. From afar, when you were looking at how things were spiraling downhill a little bit here, did you pay any close attention to that, and did it have an impact on you?
I probably didn't pay too much attention to it until last year when I was in Detroit, because of just the nature of what what I was doing. And then, when I got let go at Maryland, you pay a little bit more attention. And then, like I said, last year, because I didn't have as much on my plate. And then plus, I had Dan Orlowski there in Detroit getting on me after, every game, and asked me, did I see it? Did I watch it? Did, all those sort of things. So, yeah, probably more so in that last year and a half.
You've had a lot of memorable games throughout your career here. Did any in particular stand out above others, and if so, why? Well,
there's all the games, but it's hard to really to get a chance to even reflect on them. The ones that stand out, of course, beating Notre Dame at Notre Dame, and beating South Carolina in the bowl game, and beating Pittsburgh and West Virginia, here, and doing the Indiana game, the opening game at the Rent. There's a lot of them. It's too many to even kind of recount or go back and look at. But again, there's a lot of things that we did here that people never thought we could probably accomplish. So.
Now that you are back here, what's the long-term vision for the program?
Just to get better each and every day, to improve and work as hard as we can to be better in every phase of what the program is all about. Football, academics, as people. And again, if we do that, then all those goals that we want to accomplish will take care of themselves. And because again, if we do things the right way and we prepare these young men the right way all the time, then you'll get the wins and everything else. Kids graduating, people being the best people they can be. That'll all happen.
Switching over to the team that you inherited and have since added to through recruiting and things like that, what's one word you would use to describe the team and their mindset heading into the opener?
I think they're focused. They're ready to go. They want to do well. They want to win. They want to be able to experience the things that a college football player can experience if you do things the right way and you win enough. They want to do that. We have not had really any player issues of significance that we've had to deal with. So, that's one thing. They've gotten on board with the things we want to do. Now, are they doing everything exactly the way we want them done and all that? No. They're still learning some of those things, whether it's fundamentals and techniques or, all that. But for the most part, they've really bought into, because I think they want to win. And, we've proven we can win. This program's proven it could win before. So, and we've had enough players from when I was here before come back and speak to the young men to let them know that, hey, just do what the coaches ask you to do. And if you do that, you guys be in a position to experience some of the things you want to experience.
You've had a history of bringing in junior college quarterbacks, even here all the way back to Ryan Tracy and Tyler Lorenzen, and now again with David Pindell. What is it about the qualities those type of players have that allows them to come in on short notice and really command the respect of their teammates?
Well, I think they're probably a little bit more mature than, say, a typical high school kid coming in as a freshman. They do have a little bit more experience under their belt, and I think they're very appreciative of the opportunity that lies in front of them.
What are some of the key areas you're going to be looking for from David in the opener, be it poise, body language, even communication?
The biggest thing with him, I don't want him pressing. I'm just going to be looking for him to go out there and have fun and play, and don't press. Just let your natural instincts, take over. Play fast, play with confidence, and just go have fun. Just go have fun. And you're only one. I tried to tell him this before. You're only one of 11. And you can only do so much. Just do your job, but have fun doing it.
When it comes to the offense, what made you attracted to what offensive coordinator Rhett Lashley wants to do with the ball?
Well, I thought, as you look at who we are and what we might have to do in order to be successful, that we'd have to be a tempo, offense and to try to spread people out, because I don't think we have the ability to sit there and maybe do some of the things that you'd like to do, and so you try to give yourself the best advantage you can. And I thought that doing that, hiring Rhett and implementing, that system, would be beneficial, for our program.
Does he own the entire offense when it comes to play calling? Is he owning that 100%?
Well, it's UConn's offense. In this day and age, people are, I better say the right word here, but that always kind of gets me a little bit. It's we're going to put an offense together that fits our kids, because we're not going to try to do something that they can't do, because if you do, you're not going to be successful. Yeah, Rhett's going to call the plays, but as a head coach, if there's something that I think we can do that I see that can make us better, or that what the defense is doing, yeah, I'm going to suggest it. Just like sitting last year in the box with the Detroit Lions. There was Jim Caldwell would say, hey, we got to run the ball more. And you see things as a head coach, and I'm not doing my job if I see things, or I say, hey, we ought to throw the ball a little bit more. Let's go attack this guy. You know, I mean, I'm there to help them because sometimes as guys get focused in on everything, they don't see everything. But as far as putting the game plan together and making the calls on game day, that's his responsibilities. And coaching the quarterbacks, that's Rhett's responsibility to do that. But if there's things that I see that we're not doing that can help us to be more successful, yeah, then I as a head coach, I have the right to say those and say, hey, I think we need to do this. And that's like in any business, you know. The CEO sees things, and if it's not, that can be better, you're going to make those suggestions. You're not going to just sit there and all of a sudden, then if it doesn't work, same thing on defense. Same thing with Billy on defense, and it's the same thing for us on special teams, you know. But you hire people to do a job, but you know, there's also things that, you know, having 36 years of experience and, you know, 18 years now as a head coach, that you see that some other people might not see, you know. And then I wouldn't be doing my job if I'm not making those recommendations or saying that, hey, I think we need to do this, you know. Then I'd be cheating these kids, and I'd be cheating this program and the university and the fans.
Yeah. You brought up Detroit last year. About halfway through the year, I think the Lions staff moved to more defensive backs on most downs. I think they went from 4 to 5 defensive backs on most downs. Did that exposure and your experience in Detroit help you maybe with the decision to go with defensive coordinator Billy Crocker to the 3-3-5, given that you had experience with that a season ago?
No, not really. But you look at personnel, you look at what you're playing at this level and the teams that you're going to be playing against. I just felt that, because again, I talked to, you know, different people about the job, but you know, when I sat down and had a chance to talk to everybody and evaluate the guys and evaluate us personnel-wise a little bit, where we were, and you know, looking ahead, you know, in terms of you know, how hard it is to recruit defensive linemen and the unpredictability that you can have with the scheme that we're playing defensively, you know, I just felt that would be the best fit for us. And Billy brings a lot of knowledge and a lot of energy, you know, in terms of his ability to teach and to coach.
As an outside observer, safety seems to be the biggest question mark defensively in terms of experience level. Given the youth and inexperience there, do you have to game plan a little differently early on in the season to help guard against that inexperience?
Well, again, you want to make sure you're going to do things that guys can do. There's going to be some things that maybe early in the season we're not going to do offensively, defensively, or special teams, you know, till we you know, get to where we feel comfortable with. But I think the one thing is we'll have plans together each and every week, regardless of who we play, that are going to be beneficial to the personnel that we have on the field.
You mentioned earlier in this interview, and I've heard throughout training camp from the players and other members of the staff, the mantra, do your job. Are you and the staff really driving that home to each of the guys to just focus on what you need to do and we'll be fine? Well,
yeah, you know, some kids today, they have so many people in their ears telling them, you know, so many different things. Well, if you make a play or if you do this, you're going to get more recognition. It's going to help you, you know, down the road and all that stuff. You know, we're trying to teach them that you're part of a team, and everybody has their role, and you're going to be given a role, and just go out and do your job, do your role, you know, to the best of your ability. And if you do that, then we have a chance to be successful. But if you're going to go off on your own and just try to make plays and live outside of the scheme or live outside of the responsibilities that you're given, you know, it's going to be hard for us to have the kind of success that we want to as a team. So the more we can just get them, because it's a lot easier if I just have one thing to focus on. If I'm supposed to fit in the B gap, then I fit in the B gap. Or if I'm supposed to block a certain guy, you know, or against certain coverage, I'm supposed to do this. If I start ad-libbing and doing things my own way, now it's going to affect a lot of other people, you know, and then that's when you open yourself up to, you know, giving up big plays, you know, maybe getting the quarterback sacked, you know, those sort of things. So the more we can just get these guys to understand just, hey, It's not complicated. Just focus in on what you're supposed to do and do your job to the best of your ability. And if we get guys that aren't doing that, then they'll be standing on the sideline next to me watching.
As the leader of the program, what are the goals you've set for the team in 2017, and how are you going to define success for the year?
To me, it's the wins and losses will take care of themselves. But what we got to do is we got to go out and play hard each and every play. And as I told them at the end of the practice today, you walk in this building and it says play every play like it's the last play you're ever going to play. And if you can't do that, we ain't going to be successful. If we do that, we'll be successful. So that's what I'm looking for. It's the effort, it's the intensity, it's the knowledge, the enthusiasm, the body language that they're going to bring, each and every day to practice, each and every game, each and every play, and then, don't panic. Don't panic. And if you do those things and you compete hard, there's going to be some days that are going to be better than others, but in the long run, you're going to accomplish what you want to accomplish.
And then final question, what are you hoping to see from the team in the season opener on Thursday night?
I just want to see a team play fast. I want to see a team play efficient. I want to see them be effective. I want to see them have fun. And again, I want to see them play every play like it's the last play they're ever going to play, and enjoy being on the field and taking pride in the fact that they can be out there with 10 other guys at one time, enjoying and playing a game that they've signed up to play. And then just watching them go out and execute and taking all these things we've worked on and going out there and doing the things necessary so at the end of the day that we have more points than what our opponent does.
I appreciate the time, Coach, and good luck this year.
All right, appreciate it.